So guys, today we have the cool opportunity to do another series of drive and talk with the Lexus RCF model. So that's, you probably know it, the 5.0 liter naturally aspirated V8, mated to an 8-speed auto and rear-wheel drive transmission. And yeah, while driving I will tell you a bit about the, let's say, positioning of this car and about what I specifically experienced while we were driving about 700 kilometers already within the last days with this vehicle across Germany. So we will put it to the sport mode, we'll put it to the manual transmission, and we'll have some fun here on the country roads. So you can already see that this is a car that comes over the RPM that you put on it. Of course, it's a naturally aspirated engine, and therefore power is only available in the high revs. I can also tell you that the car has two phases. So there's a phase here where you go up to 3,500 RPMs. The car is very quiet, it's very comfortable. I would position it as a GT car, a long distance trip car, even more than what the Audi RS5 is. But once you, let's say, switch above those 3,500 RPMs, you can really feel that the engine comes to life, and there's actually some reasonable power already in the mid-ranges, mid-revs already, I have to say that. And that of course also the sound and the whole thing gets a lot more emotional. We can try that again. So we're now at like 2.5. I will accelerate. Now you can hear it. And the downshifts are really, really cool. Going to Sport Plus in those curves here. Yeah, that is really, really cool. You can see how aggressive the car really hits the ref limiter here also. It has a short beep once you're on manual mode that tells you, okay, now would be time to shift. I even missed that at this moment, but you can really tell that this is a, let's say, 500 HP leak car once you go into the higher RPMs. The rest of the car, as already said, a GT car, a long distance cruiser. We did almost 700 kilometers in one day with this car, and we really, let's say, appreciated how quiet the car is once you're driving and how good the ride comfort is. And therefore I would say, comparing it to the mostly German competitors, if you say like a C63S coupe, our M4 competition, for example, would be almost a direct competitor, and of course the Audi RS5. This is, in my opinion, capable of delivering the most comfort compared to the other ones, because the suspension and also steering and everything, transmission, is very easy to operate. You get into the car, there are no let's say doubt about the functionality, and also the quietness and the ride comfort is very, very good. I would even rank that above the Audi RS5 from a comfort perspective. And of course it's a lot more comfortable than our M4 competition, for example, which is not loud and sharp only, but of course also a bit bumpy on some roads. But then on the other hand, I would say, if you put the car into Sport or Sport Plus mode, the capabilities from a dynamic perspective are still very, very good, honestly. Yeah, so transmission shifts fast here. The steering is very, very good. You have a very, very good feeling for the car. Also, the rear axle comes very often. I mean, you've seen it in the acceleration videos. It's almost a tail-happy car. Still feels it feels stable, but you can feel how the power is really going to the rear axle. That's something I really, really like. And those tight bends, very, very sharp handling. So yeah, I mean, you can clearly tell that probably the Lexus guy said, we want to deliver a car that yeah, brings across the driving pleasure compared to a BMW M4, but still has the luxurious portion that Lexus cars are known for. And therefore I really like this interpretation. Yeah, you can really see that. Rear's coming. In the manual mode also the gear shifts are very good, but you really have to go into the manual mode to experience the manual gear shifts. Yeah, from the rest of the car, sound, you will get the pure sound video of course, and you can judge on your own what you like about the sound, or if you like the sound or not. I can tell you that the exhaust note is not coming from the exhaust actually, and it's not coming from the speakers if you would think that. It's coming actually from the natural noise of the engine in the front. And that's a pretty cool thing, because if we're driving towards the camera, it is louder than if you're driving away from the camera, because actually the engine sound is more dominant than the exhaust sound. This is actually something pretty cool that we haven't heard for a long time, and is very, let's say, similar to cars even like, for example, yeah, a Ferrari V8 or an Audi R8 V10, something like that, where the engine really brings across a lot of sound compared to only, let's say, an exhaust that makes the car loud, which is not loud in the first place. And therefore, yeah, I really like that, honestly. You really get addicted to that high revving noise, this metallic V8 noise. It is not, let's say, too sharp and too brutal, but it still makes you want to rev the car even more and more, similar to something like a motorcycle which has just passed us. Some very good interpretation. Actually, the cool part is that this same engine is being also put in this new LC500 vehicle, and I'm very eager to drive that, because I think it can be a very good fit of this yeah, large 5.0 engine compared to a very luxurious a car in that place. Yeah, so overall I have to say a very refined interpretation of a sports car or mid-sized, let's say, sporty coupe. I was not expecting a car that is so balanced in all its factors, like from very comfortable and very quiet to still sharp and sporty on the other hand. So I think Lexus has done a very good job, and also from the quality feel of the car outside and inside, yeah, besides the fact that maybe some parts look different than in the German competitors, I think Lexus has done a very good job in putting all those things together. And yeah, if we would not have an M4 in our garage, that would be actually a car that I could imagine that we are driving, because it delivers a lot of fun. So yeah, without further ado, I would say, and without talking too much, we will be bringing up a lot more content about this car in the next days, specifically pure sound, drive-in sound, and some other handling parts that we have captured while being in the Harz Mountains. And also make sure that you stay tuned for all the content on Instagram, because we have a lot of cool photos that we have done with that car, which will not be brought to YouTube alone. So therefore, yeah, make sure to stay tuned. Stay also tuned for our trip to the Nürburgring Nordschleife, to the 24-hour race starting towards the end of this week. That is definitely a cool event coming up, and stay tuned for which car we will be picking to drive to that event. So talk to you soon.